Let's continue what we left in the previous project. If you click on this icon, EXO will bring you directly to your personal scanner, where you will be able to scan all of the STL file needed for this specific project. Once you do that, if we open in Explorer, EXO will bring us to the patient name folder, where inside we will find our STL file, upper jaw, lower jaw, and the number 46, which are the file needed for this case. As you can see, all of these three STL files, they have the same date and the code has the dental project. Once we have all of the file needed, STL file needed, we can just jump into design, and EXOCAD will open and we will be able to start our restoration. I will explain you how to create this restoration inside the wizard and outside of the wizard. So in expert mode. Okay, the wizard is automatically open. So the first thing EXOCAD is asking us is detect the margin. You have to go with the mouse on the margin and click on it. And through an algorithm, EXOCAD just find a margin. If you are not happy with this line, you just click on correct and draw, and you will be able to drag this bubble where you want to optimize the margin. Once the margin is okay, you just click on next. EXOCAD is generating a crown bottom, which is exactly the cement gap and all of these parameters that I'm going to talk about right now. First, gap for a single crown. I already explained you this, and if you go in the tip module, you will find a folder where I'm talking about any kind of parameter you should use for different materials and different restoration. In this case is a single unit, so I will make cement gap 0.04, from margin 0.04. Additional spacing is the additional spacing is from here to all the way up. Okay, the cement gap is from here all the way up. The margin is this green part. I can bring it up, and if I have some spacing, it's gonna be the 0.02 is gonna be from here to here, and the cement gap is gonna be from here to here, the 0.4. So here is gonna be 0.07. all right, because we get a thing 0.04 plus 0.02, and here is just 0.02, the additional spacing. All right, we say we want to keep at 0.4. Here nothing, because it's a single unit, full contour in zirconia. Horizontal. What is horizontal? The horizontal is this layer right here. Okay, as you can see, I'm gonna change it so you can understand what is this. Is exactly the part right here. What is the angle? The angle is this part. If I pull down, you can exactly, you see, exactly this part. Okay, the angle degree is exactly how much you want, you see. So for these units, I'm gonna use 0.2, 0.2 and 45. Why this parameter? Because we wanna avoid chipping during the milling process. Undercut, angle 0, size 0.1, diameter is gonna be 1.05, because our finish burn is gonna be a 1 millimeter, so we want to leave this 0.5 extra, okay, to create the cement gap. Once you do all of these, you just click on apply, and next, Exocad is gonna bring us to the next step, where here Exocad is gonna ask us what we wanna do, if we want a tooth or if we wanna copy a tooth. In this case, we have a molar here. I can show you how Exocad can copy a tooth. So if we select copy and I go right here, is generating is cloning a tooth where we can drag where we want. In this case, it's gonna be here. And once I select the part where I wanna put my tooth, by clicking Control, I can rotate as I want. Okay, what is this color right here is the contact with our antagonist. I'm gonna bring the antagonist in. As you can see, right here I have some contact. If I go up, I have more contact, of course. If I go down, I don't have contact at all, almost. Okay, but in this case, we don't want to copy this tooth because it's really ugly. So let's make a new one from, let's take one from our library. If I go to just next, in this step, what we want to do is decide which kind of library we are going to use. So I'm gonna choose a library that I provide you. Let's go with the Ivoclar S72, is a good one. Okay, now by clicking Control and the left button of the mouse, you can rotate the tooth, all right? If you wanna stretch it, Shift, Control, and left button of the mouse, you can stretch it in any direction that you want. Just pull in the direction that you want to stretch, okay? Like here too, okay? Oop. So let's say in this case, this molar is in a good position. We don't have a lot of contact, so jump into the next step. Exocad just adapt our tooth, our molar, over the die. And in this step, we have the freeform to customize our crown. So we have 4 options: free, anat, adapt, and attach. Attach if we want to put an attachment, but in this case, we don't want it. Free, what is free? Here we can add and remove material. So as you can see right now, the brush is green. So if I click left button of the mouse, I am adding material, all right? If I want to remove, by clicking Shift and left button of the mouse, I'm removing, and the brush is red, okay? If I click Control and Shift, right now the brush is purple, and I click the left button of the mouse on as well, and as you can see, now I'm smoothing. Okay, another hotkey that we have here is to change, to increase and decrease the strength by clicking Control, and I go up and down with the wheel of the mouse. I can increase and decrease the strength of the brush. Shift, I increase the size of the brush, going up and down with the wheel. Okay, pretty easy. What we have here, anat. Anat is where we can customize as well our tooth by pulling, you know, in any direction we want. Let's start with cusp. I can pull up and down in any direction every cusp I have in this molar. Okay, the 3 cusp, and here the 2 cusp, 1 and 2, right? Pretty easy. Then of course you can optimize our selection with these 3 options: occlusion only, cusp tips, and equator. Pretty easy. I don't really use it a lot, but it can be really helpful. Tooth parts. Tooth parts is you pull a part of the tooth the direction you want as well. Entire tooth, of course, you bring up and down any direction you want the entire tooth. Ridge, this option is really helpful if you wanna an interproximal contact, right, with the mesial and distal teeth. And in this step is pretty much everything. We have adapt, which is the adaptation with the antagonist, and the interproximal with the mesial and distal tooth. So let's start with the occlusional. Here we have a line where we can drag up and down, and this is the space that we will make between our tooth and the antagonist. If you make a full contour, we want to have it at 0.35. If you make a reduced crown, you can leave it at 0.1 because anyhow you're gonna reduce all over. Okay, so let's make a 0.35 and just cut intersection. And as you can see right now, we don't have any color anymore. Okay, prox, so let's just keep on 0 and cut intersection, and now we don't have contact with our distal and our mesial. Attachment, we say we don't want any attachment, so just yeah, here you have more option, is you know, the prox, but I don't really use it. This cutter, and I don't really use it. Block out neighbor collision, pull sides, they are new feature that this version has it, but I don't really use it. Okay, the next step, Exocad just create an STL file, right? A merge restoration, and but of course we didn't do the reduction part. Why? Because here in the EXO we select anatomic crown, but let's say you just change your idea and you wanna to make a little cutback, let's say a facial cutback. Okay, instead of go back to EXO and change the restoration here, right? Instead of to do anatomic crown, you make coping. Just forget about that. Inside here you can do as well by clicking expert, right? Once you are in expert mode, you go to tool. You go to tool, change the reconstruction type. And change the reconstruction type, you click on the tooth that you want to change the restoration 46, and here Exocad is asking us, do you really want to change the reconstruction time to reduce it? Affected teeth 46. Teeth is allowed shrinking for this teeth. Yes, and as you can see right now, the 46 is an anatomic coping. You click OK, we go back to the wizard, and right now instead of making the restoration, Exocad is asking the shrinking, right? So let's say we want to make a facial cutback. What I actually do, I choose the depth. I always choose 0.8 to make some porcelain, right? I mark all, and when it's blue means that the tooth is not going to be reduced nowhere. But by clicking shift, okay, I can paint the part that I want to reduce. So in this case we say facial, and sorry, I'm gonna select all of the facial, right? Pretty easy. Okay, well, we did it. You have more option here. Let's say you want to reduce the entire crown. You can choose if you want the 100% shrinking in the lingual side as well, or you can decrease. And also we have multi-level cutback that I'm gonna show you just in a few seconds. So once you select the part that you want to reduce, just click apply, and it's gonna do the 0.8. So let's say that right now we want to make a double shrinking, right, on the occlusional side, because we want to put more porcelain on top. So if I go to multi-level cutback, shrink, reduce shape, and then here I choose again how much I wanna reduce, let's say another 0.8, I mark all and I select just the occlusional side by again clicking Shift and the left button of the mouse. I can paint the area. Okay, so let's say this is the part. Nope. Okay, and I click apply, and as you can see, he reduced more. Okay, so we have double shrinking. Once you do that, you click next. We can smooth again our restoration, right? We want to take off all of these area pretty sharp, this angle, because it's not good to have this for our milling process, because we can have some chipping. So just, you know, smooth it. All right. Another things that I want to tell you is what is this layer. This red layer is the minimum thickness, as you can see up here on the show height group, right? And ExoCAD is telling us that I can remove, but I cannot go deeper than this layer. Okay, ExoCAD is gonna maintain the minimum thickness as set, which is 0.6. And then once you do that, just check everything. If with your antagonist everything is okay, you are fine, okay, and just click next, and our crown is ready. Okay, ready to mill. If we go back to Exo, and we click on Open in Explorer, what you will see right now, we have a 46 coping CAD and the construction info. These are the files that you want to bring into your CAM software and start milling this crown. Now I'm going to explain you how to create the exactly same crown but out of the wizard. I start over the project. So instead of go to the wizard right here, we will go to our menu. Okay, if I click the left button of the mouse, I have menu here, and the first things highlighted is the text margin line. If I click on it, it's gonna give me the possibility to select the margin. Once you're done with that, just click OK, and now we have our preparation. Again, crown bottom. Here we choose our parameter. We say 0.4, 0.4, no space, 0.2, 0.2, 45, under quad 0, 0.1, 1.05, and OK. Now the next things is place tooth by neighbor. So place tooth by neighbor. I'm placing a tooth right here, okay? And I can choose my personal teeth library. Let's say it's Reya, okay? You can always stretch. By clicking control, you can rotate. So I already explained you, okay? I wanna be fast, guys. I don't wanna stay here, spend a lot of time to design this crown. Think you can do by yourself, probably better than me. So once the crown is placed, just adapt model to it. As you can see, ExoCAD is suggesting you what you should choose, right? Then in the next step is highlighted this option, adapt model to it. So the crown is adapted over our die. The calculation is finished. Okay, next step, freeform. With freeform, we do whatever we want. Once we are okay, we click OK. Reduce tooth, right? We make our reduction. Let's say we want to make a full reduction. I don't select anything. I just select the depth I want. Let's say 0.8 all over. I click apply. And I have my reduction. Click just I don't want to do multi-level cutback, we already explained it. Advanced parameter is the minimum thickness. I always leave 0.6. For the zirconia, it's good to have 0.5, minimum 0.6, and then I click OK. Cool, our crown is pretty good and almost done. The only things we have to do, of course, after the reduction, Exocad is asking you if you want to freeform again. Maybe, you know, smooth certain area which they are a little bit too sharpy, too pointy, so just if you want to smooth it, but it's pretty okay. And once you've done it, merge and save restoration. Once you do the merge and save restoration, you're okay and it's good to go. The crown will be in your EXO as already show you, and you will find two files, the construction info and the number of the tooth, right, ready to import into your CAM software, and you can start the milling process. Then we will talk about this option optimized for better freeforming and 3D printing, and this is good when we have like a bridge, but it's not going to change anything if we have a single unit. Okay, so I hope you enjoy and I'll see you in the next video.